Podcasting. We are live. Who wants to do the intro?
Go for it.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Couch Lords. We are hanging out again on Google Hangout, no pun intended. I'm Alex Manas.
I'm Alex Monroe.
Marcus Drew Steele. That's always the dramatic pod.
I just know who was going next. It's been a while.
It was a dramatic effect. It was done on purpose, right?
Right.
Totally.
So we are the Couch Lords, and we are a podcast that reviews the best and worst of television, mostly television, but some movies and general entertainment. And we just like to sit and gab about our favorite shows and not so favorite shows.
Yeah.
So first of all, happy Halloween, everybody.
Yes.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I live across the street from an elementary school, so there was a huge Halloween parade going on.
Aw.
Interesting.
Is anybody dressing up this Halloween?
No.
No.
But I tried. I ordered a costume online, and it came from Canada, and it was supposed to be here, but it got stuck in customs. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be in my pajamas, and I'm going to be drunk for Halloween.
I did buy pumpkins, but I would have dressed up if I had enough time to find a Halloween costume, but I've been out of town.
I dressed up last year, so this year I'll dress up my computer. I bought a C3PO computer decal to put on the back of my computer. Pretty excited about it.
I have a decal that says I'm the goddamn Batman and the Batman symbol.
Holla.
With a matching t-shirt.
Aww.
All right, so to get started, we want to talk about some of the scary, some horror shows that we've been watching, plus just some other maybe Halloween episodes of our favorite shows. Why don't we get started? You guys said that you watched the Halloween episode of Blackish, right?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was good. It was good. It was funny. Michael Strahan was guest starring. I like Michael Strahan a lot. He's funny. They went as the first family. So Andre was Barack, and Rainbow was Michelle Obama, and then the kids were like Sasha and Malia and a secret agent, stuff like that. And the whole episode was about, their cousins and stuff coming to visit. And so they always got into a fight with their cousins, and then long story short, it turned out at the end of the episode, it was about, them having each other's back against other kids in the neighborhood trick-or-treating. It was fun. I really like Nicole Sullivan, too. She plays the annoying neighbor that's always knocking on the door and talking about stuff. She was on Mad TV a long time ago, way back.
Oh, yeah. I know Nicole Sullivan.
She played the Van Coon lady or something like that back on Mad TV.
Mm-hmm.
Hilariously funny, and I like her, and so it was good to see her again. But I like this episode. Monroe, what about you?
I liked it too. I like Nicole Sullivan a lot. She's been in a lot of different things I've seen lately, and she's pretty hilarious. So I'm glad to see her acting more because she kind of disappeared for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Strahan was hilarious. He poured Dre like a tea kettle.
He was what was his name on the show?
Michael Strahan's name?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't either, but he always bullied Dre, and so when Dre was around, he would twist his arm behind his back and have another arm, and he was like, "What are you?" And he was like, "I am the tea kettle." And he was like, "Scream!" He would have to scream.
Yeah. I really like that episode. It was really cute. So I give it I give it a solid A.
I give it a B+.
Yeah.
I think when I first started watching Blackish, I only watched the first episode of the first season when it premiered, and I wasn't interested in continuing with it. I thought it was okay, but I also heard the first episode is not necessarily the greatest one. And I know it's unfair to judge a show by the pilot episode, but unfortunately I did do that. I did happen to catch a more recent episode. I couldn't tell you. I can't remember which one it was now, but I found myself cracking up quite a bit. So I think what I'm going to do is that once our show is going to winter hiatus, I might catch up on Blackish.
Yeah, you totally should. They added Jennifer Lewis to the cast too. She plays Dre's mom. She wasn't. She was a guest star in the first season, but she's an actual cast member now. She's been in every episode, and so that's.
Is Lawrence Fishburne in every episode?
Oh, he's still guest starring. But he's an executive producer on the show, so.
Okay. Yeah, because I think he's still doing Hannibal. I don't know. Did Hannibal end up getting canceled?
Hannibal got canceled.
He did get
But
canceled.
fun fact, Lawrence Fishburne is like only a few years older than Anthony Anderson. He's like maybe like 4 or 5 years older than Anthony Anderson. So
Really? Oh, yeah, they make him look a lot older on the show.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, but no, yeah, it's really good. Good watch. Good watch. I like it a lot.
Me too.
So moving on, I have to sympathize with my fellow Walking Dead fans because it looks like there may have been a major loss. Although Marcus has been doing some research, even though he doesn't watch the show, he heard all about it. But first of all, I'm going to spoil this for you guys. So for anybody who's listening, this is a major spoiler for the most recent episode of The Walking Dead. Basically, Glenn dies. Well, we see Glenn, and I think the name of the other guy who actually had tried to kill him before at the season finale of last season. They were together. They were stranded. They're surrounded by the herd of the walkers. They're standing on top of a dumpster, and there's just nowhere to go. And they're just trying to figure out a way to get out of this situation. And Glenn, we've always known him to be a survivor and a badass. And so he has always found himself, he's always been able to figure out how to get out of these dire situations. And I mean, really dire, when you think there's no way out, he always finds a way out. But this time, what we see is Nicholas kind of has this, he had some sort of breakdown or a meltdown, and he snapped, and then he shoots himself, kills himself, because he just sees he doesn't see a way out. And then as Nicholas falls to the floor, he takes Glenn down with him into these herd of walkers, and then we see Glenn get ripped up. Well, we see his face, in pain, and we see his guts. We see guts. So now, everybody's like, now I want to say this. This got spoiled for me. I was really pissed off because I happened to check Vine. I'm on Vine a lot, and I happened to check Vine, and one of the hashtags, 2 hashtags, one was The Walking Dead, and the other one was R.I.P. Glenn. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Everybody has to turn to the internet and spoil that shit for everybody else who hasn't watched it yet? So I really, I guess that's one of the instances that I need to stay off social media when stuff like that happens. But, so anyway, Marcus, you said that you doing some research?
Step up on my podium here.
Okay.
Enlighten you. First off, number one, whenever there's a big show on if How to Get Away with Murder or Scandals on, and I haven't watched it yet, I stay off of Facebook, stay off of Twitter, stay off of Vine, because motherfuckers will ruin everything for you.
That's right. I'm telling you. It was on Twitter, and it was trending. It was on Vine. I'm like, I should have checked. So
I stay off of that. Yeah. With that being said, when it comes to The Walking Dead, yes, I have done a lot of research. Number one fact, and the most damning evidence, Glenn has still been spotted on set shooting, and seen pictures and photos and stuff from different websites. He's still working.
Well, sometimes they do flashbacks, though.
Yeah.
They could. That's the one thing, is that they could be doing flashbacks. Number two, if you watch the scene and what supposedly is Glenn getting ripped apart, his intestines are awfully high up on his chest, to be getting ripped apart, and you only see from here up. You don't see the body or anything like that. All you see is Glenn's face. And
so maybe it was Nicholas's body fell on top of it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
So the camera was strategically placed for a reason to make you think of something. Number three, the guy who killed himself and dragged Glenn off, everybody's saying that he fell on top of Glenn and the walkers were eating him and Glenn was under him, panicking and freaking out like, oh shit, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Yeah. There's also another thing saying, I was reading an article with the showrunner, and I think it was Entertainment Weekly, that they were saying that they asked him the question to point out, and they were like, is Glenn dead? And then he said, Glenn as we know him is dead. But, there's a huge but in that.
Okay.
He went on to say, we know Glenn as being the good guy, Glenn being the one who always gets out of things, and his mentality always being the optimist. That Glenn that we know is dead.
So he could be a walker?
No, what that means is that Glenn may have had a personality shift. which means that this incident may have been like the turning point in the way Glenn looks at things and his outlook on the whole Walker situation now.
Yeah.
That was he was very, very tricky when he was talking about this, because he definitely chose his words carefully, but he was like, the Glenn as we know him, the Glenn as we know is dead. But that does not mean that Glenn is physically dead, just personality-wise, that phase of Glenn may be dead, and there may be a different phase of Glenn. The last thing, really quickly, is that in the comic books, Glenn doesn't die that way at all. Anybody who's read the comic books, and I went back and actually read the comic of that episode, Glenn dies when some captain something or general something comes into town, and he captures the gang, and he has them all tied up, and he has a baseball bat. And I read this in the comic, and he basically did like an eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and it's like he was like, who am I going to kill? And like everybody's tied down as their hands, and he lands on Glenn, and he bashes Glenn's head in with like a baseball bat several times.
So they already did that scene that you're talking about. They did that scene at the season premiere of last season. So
but they said the guy who does it though doesn't show up until the end of this season.
Okay.
And he's the one who kills Glenn.
So they're kind of twisting and turning a lot of things around, because it's not really following the comic as much as you think it is. Some stuff is similar, but it's really kind of going on its own course right now. I think they're just taking elements from the comic and using that, like you said with the baseball thing.
I don't think Glenn is dead. After doing all of the research, I don't think Glenn is dead, but I do think Glenn is going to die this season.
Oh no!
So I don't think Glenn is dead.
He's been on it since season 1. Like he's like one of the OG cast members. I can't believe. No, don't kill Glenn.
But I think he's going to die this season, but he's not.
We should be used to this by now, because we watch Game of Thrones and American Horror Story.
I know.
How to Get Away with Murder. That's to toughen you up.
Right. You better get a thick skin, Manas. Somebody's going to die.
Get ready. Just get ready. That's all.
On that note, I eat a potato chip.
But that's all I have to say about The Walking Dead. I don't usually watch, but I was so intrigued by what was going on and looking and reading all of these conspiracy theories that I had to kind of do some research and look into it.
Okay. Well.
Now that we've depressed Manas, what's next?
Well, I'm happy to find out that he may not actually be dead, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. Next, American Horror Story. Go ahead, Monroe.
Okay.
Yes, fill me in.
I started watching it. You can spoil it. I know the premise. Just go ahead.
Okay. Well, the most recent episode, it's kind of funny. I feel like when you guys are all caught up with the show, I'm not caught up, and then when I catch up to the show, you guys are not caught up.
Well, wait. Start 2 episodes ago, because like I watched the first episode and the second episode, but then I wasn't able to watch anymore.
Okay, so there's only one more episode after that.
No,
So,
there's 4.
There should be 2.
Yeah.
There's 4.
Okay.
The last one was with Matt Bomer and Kathy Bates. It was the one where.
Yeah, the Devil's Party, right?
No, that was this one, but there's one after that. Or
Before
one
that.
So the one before that, basically, Matt Bomer and Lady Gaga, she was like, I'm done with you, right? And so he was all pissed, and he was leaving the hotel. This is this next episode. And Kathy Bates is like, confronting him, and he's like, I hate you. I wish you were dead. Like, I never asked for you to follow me. And I don't know what she did. That was so horrible. Like, we don't really know.
Yeah, apparently they make her out to be this horrible person, even though she doesn't seem horrible. But let's see. We don't know what she did.
Yeah, I think. Well, what we know is that she pushed her husband, his dad, away. But I feel like there's more to it. So she goes to hypodermic.
Off the damn floor.
Huh?
What?
Polly off the damn floor out of the hotel window.
Oh yeah, but
she pushed Sarah Paulson out the window, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so Kathy Bates' character goes to Hypodermics Alley and is like, I want to die. And so they try and kill her, and she does. And then Matt Bomer comes in and is like, I'm sorry, you're my mom. And then so he brings her back to life as a vampire.
The ancient virus is what they're calling it.
Yeah, and I think that's the one where we're introduced to Angela Bassett's character,
Okay.
where she was an actress and she played.
She was like Foxy Brown, like
Yeah.
Okay.
uh,
And,
what's her name? Pam Grier. She was
Yeah,
like Pam Grier.
yeah, from like, and she was in the 70s, and then she met Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga turned her into a vampire, and they were lovers.
Oh.
And then Lady Gaga was like manipulative and jealous, and so Angela Bassett was like, "Screw you." She met some other guy, and she turned him. And then Lady Gaga ended up killing Angela Bassett's new boyfriend. So Angela Bassett now kidnapped Matt Bomer, and is like, "I need you to get access to the hotel.
Yeah.
I want to kill the kids, the children. That's like her children." And
The little platinum blonde kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And oh my God, so many things happened. The detective.
Well, then she let him go because Matt Bomer said that he dumped. She was like, she dumped me, so I don't have access. And she got all pissed off, and she was like, you can go. So, the new one is, I forget his name, but the guy who played Dandy last season.
Finn Rockwell.
Finn Rockwell, yeah. Well, is that the actor's name or is that the character's name?
That's the actor's name.
Okay. So he is now Lady Gaga's new beau.
Right.
And so I'm thinking, like, maybe, I don't know if Angela Bassett's going to try to come after him. And then the other thing is, did she end up dumping him?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, what happened in this most recent episode was that, so you mentioned that Matt Bomer turned Kathy Bates, right, into a vampire. Okay. So now,
wait, what about the detective before you get into the Devil's Party?
Yeah.
What happened to Wes Bentley's character?
He's still there. He's still investigating, but his wife, Alex, she was at the hotel and she was giving him his divorce papers because she was over it. And then she runs into their kid, and so she takes him home, and he's obviously a vampire, so he eats the dog, their dog, and then so she takes him back to the hotel. Oh wait, that's this new one, isn't it?
That's the new one, yeah. I think so. I'm trying to remember because I was kind of binge watching that.
Yeah, mine was back to back.
So she takes him back to the hotel, and he's like, "Mommy, look, this is the coffin I sleep in. This is the, he was showing her around."
That's normal.
And then Lady Gaga approaches her and says something about saving that she saved him. Like she didn't steal him away. She was saving him from neglect. And she was like, I was not ever gonna neglect him. And she was like, maybe you weren't, but your husband was. And then they do flashback to when what's his name lost the son back in 2010 at that carnival. Mm-hmm. And then they show at Santa Monica Beach, the Countess or Lady Gaga holding hands with their son and walking away. And she's all dressed in black, and she has like this little umbrella, so she sees out of it.
Nobody see her ass and all that black on the
beach. I know. She's like wearing like this Victorian black dress with this black fancy umbrella.
It sounds like an homage to Coven.
Right, maybe, yeah. And also the other thing is that hold on, I'm pulling up the cast right now. Okay, so Evan Peters, he plays Mr. James March, which he is the original
serial killer,
the original owner of the hotel. He built the hotel, but he also built it as like a way of dumping bodies because he was a serial killer.
He's like a torture chamber.
Yeah, exactly. And so the whole flashback thing was so cool when they showed him like, the way he killed people and dumped the bodies, and then he befriends he turns what's her name, Miss Evers.
Yeah.
Evers, the maid, or the laundress.
He was a ride or die.
Yeah. So she her thing is that she can take the stains out of anything. Her secret is to do it with love, because she had like this some undying love for James March's character. And then later you find out that her son went missing on Halloween night back in 1920, and she confessed this to
John.
Wes Bentley. John Lowe. And so she confesses to John, and John can kind of relate to her on that level, but then he discovers that, you know, what she was talking about, the day that she lost her son, and that their son was a part of, like, you know, this another serial killer that was kidnapping children. That happened back in the 1920s. So he's like, what the hell's going on? Like, you know, this woman is here, and he saw her picture in a really old newspaper. So he's starting to kind of lose it a little bit because he doesn't know what's going on. On top of that, he gets invited by James March through what's his name? God, there's so many freaking names here. The guy who plays the transgender.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Huh?
Liz Taylor.
Say it again.
Liz Taylor.
Oh, he calls himself Liz Taylor?
Yes, come on.
Okay, all right, I missed that. All right, so Liz Taylor gives him an invitation to this party that Evan Peters, a.k.a. James March, is throwing, this dinner party, and the dinner party is all famous American serial killers. It's like the woman, I think her name is Aileen something, the one that Charlize Theron played in that movie Monster.
Oh, yeah.
She was a prostitute, but she would kill all her tricks. I mean, there was a bunch of them. They had the Zodiac Killer. They had, let me see, I'm looking at the list here. There's Aileen Wuornos.
Richard Ramirez.
Richard Ramirez, John Wayne Gacy, a.k.a. the Gogo, I think his name was Gogo the Clown, which was a really creepy story. I ended up doing some research on that. That's, like, it was fucking terrifying, and I can't believe it was real.
So what happened at the dinner now?
Well, okay, so what was the other famous, hold on, I'm looking at, Jeffrey Dahmer. So they bring out somebody for Jeffrey Dahmer to kill, and then everybody kind of gets involved in, like, this killing right in front of Wes Bentley's character. And he's kind of out of it because they were serving, what was it? Absinthe? They were serving absinthe at the dinner. And so he's out of it. He can't barely move. And then all of a sudden, Sally's there trying to snap him out of it. And he wakes up and nobody's there. Like, everybody's gone. Because all those serial killers are dead. You know, they're supposed to be dead anyway.
Right.
And so is James March. But obviously something happened. It happened right in front of him. He didn't just, like, witness it. She's trying to convince him that it was a hallucination. Because he was under absinthe, but, you know, something weird, something other than that ancient virus, you know, something supernatural is going on there. Also, the episode leaves off with Lady Gaga turning Alex, which is Wes Bentley's wife, on the show, because and Alex did this willingly because she wants to be with her son. And like relate to him on that sense.
I don't like her character.
I'm still trying to figure her out.
Who? No?
I didn't like her at first, but I'm still. This is what's her name? Her name's Alex Lowe. Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah.
I've never liked her.
I don't like her character.
I don't like her as an actress.
I never thought much of her, but I'm actually, like, I'm okay. Also, side note, Lily Ray plays Aileen Wuornos in this.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to recognize her voice. I was like, wait a minute, I know this character. She looks so different on the show, the way they, you know, her makeup and everything. I'm like, oh, wait, that's Lily Ray. That's her.
Good.
So, anyway, yeah, so it was a good episode.
Okay, good. Sounds interesting. I definitely want to get caught back up. Yeah. It's just, damn it, FX, y'all need to quit playing and put y'all stuff on Hulu and stop trying to be special. Okay?
Yeah.
Right, I know.
Get on my nerves.
I know. AMC too. Like AMC, like although like I know that they put their episodes for free sometimes, they don't have a very good streaming service. It's really choppy, and no, just make the deal with Hulu and do it.
Same with CBS.
That's what I was getting ready to say. CBS is the same way because I tried to watch Limitless, Kane. I tried to watch Supergirl, Kane.
I heard Supergirl's not good, like, at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks terrible.
I want to watch it, and we can talk about it another time.
Yeah,
I want to see how bad it is, because it looks really fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it this weekend, and then y'all know I'll give a a clear synopsis. So,
Okay.
so just really quickly, out of the past 2 episodes, what kind of grade are you guys giving AHS?
A.
A.
That was quick. Dang, don't nobody take any time to think.
But I hope it doesn't turn into like what last season did, where it started off really strong and then it kind of fizzled out towards the end.
Yeah, they got rid of Twisty too soon, so maybe there's like so many villains in this one that I hope they don't just start killing them off or something.
I know, but it's more. It's reminding me a lot more of the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. Hopefully it'll.
I was watching the second episode, just lastly, I was watching the second episode with a friend while I was in San Francisco, and the whole time he was like this, like, oh my gosh. And I'm like watching like this, I'm like, no, this is cool. It was the second episode, though, when they did the whole backstory of Evan Peters' character.
Oh, yeah. That was
I was like, all right, this is a lot. Yeah. This is a lot to take in.
I have to say, like, Evan Peters is probably my favorite actor, not actress, just actor on the show. Like, he may not be as attractive as Matt Bomer, but he is my favorite.
Good. He's really good.
Yeah.
And they really brought him out of his element with this character, too. You know, they really...
Yeah. He has still good, like,
yeah.
old Hollywood transatlantic accent thing going on. Mm-hmm. I really like it.
Yep.
Cool.
I agree. All right, moving on. What are we on next? How to Get Away with Murder?
I didn't watch that, but I mean, if we want to, we can.
What happened? What the hell happened?
I just watched it this morning and I forgot.
Why don't we save it then? Why don't we save that one for next?
We'll save that one for new. Yeah, I feel like not a lot happened in this one. It was it felt a little bit filler.
And there was not a lot of TV shows on this week either. So, you know, there was a lot of shows that, like, took a break and, you know, for, I guess for Halloween. And I guess they were showing, like, Halloween stuff on ABC and NBC and everything. So, why don't we get into your horror movie stuff?
Wait, before we go on, I guess it's a horror movie. I finally got to watch It Follows.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Manas, you saw that, right?
Yeah, what'd you think?
I had so many questions that, like, I might have, like, ruined it for myself.
Okay.
Like, is it, if you wear a condom, do you still get it? Because it's technically an STD, right? Do you still get the person?
It's a symbolic STD, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
And then, man, when I was watching it, I had so many. It just sort of like, I overthought.
There was one scene in the movie where I thought it was questionable where she, so she's on the beach and she sees like 2 guys partying in the boat in the ocean or in the lake or whatever, and she swims out to them, and then it just cuts to the next scene and they never explain like what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she went out there to go like have a 3-way with them so she can try to get rid of this monster, and it didn't work because whatever was following her killed them.
Oh, that's the other one I had. It follows you, right? How does the whatever it is determine who's going to follow you next? Are they dead already? Like, are they people that they're just possessed?
What do you mean?
Well, because they're real people that follow you, right?
Oh, yeah, but it takes the form of someone who has already died.
Okay, and then, so if you contract it in Oakland, okay, and you go to London, do they have to cross the ocean, or does someone just appear? Because I would have been out. I would have been like, okay, I'm gone. I'll see you.
Yeah. But what if they appear on the plane, or it's like what happens then? I don't know how that works. I just feel like because you have to get as far away from it as possible because it's always constantly following you no matter where it is. But I don't know how that would work.
And it because it jumps people too. It's not just one person. So it's like,
Well, okay, so if it's following you and it kills you, then it goes back down the line. Like whoever passes it on to you, it'll start following that person, that person, and so forth. So It was an interesting take, and it's creepy in that sense. I didn't think it was the scariest movie I've ever seen, but it was a good horror movie. It was well done. The score is awesome.
Yeah.
I ain't watching it.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I liked it. It was really good.
I thought it was more interesting than scary, but I just want these questions answered just for my own benefit.
Maybe you should write an email to the director.
Well, they're making a second one, so if my questions aren't answered by then we'll see.
Yes.
Okay, lists. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So since this is a Halloween episode, we wanted to go through the top horror TV shows of all time.
You know what I just thought of? Sorry to interrupt you really quickly.
No, go ahead.
Google Hangout. We should have dressed up. Damn it, we should have done that. Then
I don't have a costume.
Look, I'm scary now.
Star Wars character. I could have came as slutty Han Solo. That's what the Rose decided on. Remember?
Yeah.
I was gonna be slutty Han Solo, and she was gonna be slutty Luke's. Oh, slutty Boba Fett.
Slutty Boba Fett. I could have been slutty Chewbacca.
Right.
He's already naked anyways, right?
And stuff. I don't know.
That worked. Did you see?
All right.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
All right. So this is coming from Rolling Stone off their website. They got the 25 best horror TV shows of all time. So I'm going to go through these, and then we're just going to talk about it.
Are they ranked?
All right. At number 25.
Okay.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I feel like it needs to be higher.
Did you guys watch this one? I never watched Are You Afraid of the Dark.
On Nickelodeon.
When I was younger, it scared me. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I watch it now, it'll probably be dumb, but just nostalgia's sake, it should probably be a little higher.
I think it's because, when we were younger, it scared the hell out of me when I was younger, you know?
But to be fair, I don't know what else is on the list, so it deserves to be on the list, for sure.
Okay. I'll agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, so I'm not really sure. I assume it's similar to Goosebumps.
Yeah, at the very beginning, they would always they would be sitting around the campfire, and then somebody would take the sand out of the bag and whoosh, throw it on the fire, and the fire would go up, and then it would start the story.
They light a match and go.
Right? Yeah, it was dope. It was dope.
Nice.
And it had this creepy. You were out in the woods, and it had this creepy vibe to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, moving on. Number 24, we got The Vampire Diaries. Also, I have not watched.
I don't know.
No.
I think
Good-looking people on it, though. That's all I know about it.
So far, that should have been 25, and Are You Afraid of the Dark should have been 24.
Okay. Number 23, I feel like this should also be a lot higher. Tales of the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt?
Tales from the Crypt, yes. On Rolling Stone, they put Tales of the Crypt.
No, it's Tales from the Crypt, and it should at least be in the top 10.
That's what I think. I used to love Tales from the Crypt. Every Saturday night, at midnight when it would come on, I don't know what channel.
Boy.
I was there watching it. It was so good. This was after it was on HBO. They put it on not public broadcast, but they put it on, a network television in syndication, but it was on at midnight or 11:30. It came on after. I think I would watch Mad TV, and it would come on after Mad TV, so maybe Fox.
Yeah. The reason why it was so iconic, half of the reason was because the theme song was a creepier version of the Simpsons theme song. It was dun 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 dun.
Yes. I like the movies too. Demon Knight. Remember Demon Knight?
Yeah. Shit was good.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Moving on. Number 22. This is the original, not the newer version. The Outer Limits.
That should be higher.
I think it should be higher as well.
I don't know what that is.
The Outer Limits was similar to Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay.
It's called The Outer Limits.
Black Mirror would be the modern day Twilight Zone.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll play this trailer. They have a trailer or something on here. Nope, they have an ad.
Keep going.
Okay. Let's see. Number 21. I've never watched or heard of this. Kolchak the Night Stalker. Aired from 1974 to 75. So.
Never heard of it.
I think it was a little bit before our time, but never heard of it. But I might be willing to check it out if it's on this list. Number 20, I hate this fucking show. This should not be on the list at all. Ghost Hunters.
Oh, that's dumb.
I hate the show. Hate it, hate it.
No. That would be number 25 then, if it's even on the
It
list.
should not be on the list at all. It's a stupid show.
Although I will say, they did do a show at my university. And my
did they?
Potter Hall building, yeah. I remember watching that show.
Was it any good?
I mean, there had always been rumors about the building. It was a building I used to work in. They said it was haunted, and the Ghost Hunters did a show there, and it was for dramatics for TV. It's like, y'all, come on, get out of my office. Go on.
All right, number 19. This is a show I have not watched either. The Return. It's from 2012, and it's still airing to the present.
I don't know what that is.
It stars Jennifer Aniston's husband.
Jennifer Aniston's husband? No, you're thinking of the...
that's The Leftovers.
Yeah, that's The Leftovers.
No, The Return... Let me see, I'm going to read this blurb here real fast. When the dead rise from the grave, there's usually little doubt that hell follows with them. This French series that took a very different approach. What would happen if the deceased reappeared pretty much the way they were before? Yes, the mysterious supernatural forces that caused the late residents of one small town in France to return and attempt to get on with their lives were often frightening. But the series was at its darkest when it explored how the community adjusted or failed to adjust to people they learned to live without, often with lethal consequences. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe worth a watch, but not that interested.
Okay, let's see. So number 18, we got Dark Shadows, the original.
I remember hearing about the original because they made the movie with Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah, Tim Burton directed the movie with Johnny Depp.
And
good, but
take it or leave it.
Supernatural. Yeah, it was kind of a soap opera with vampires, I guess. Okay, let's see. Number 17, we have True Blood. I feel like this should be a little bit lower because although the show started off well, it ended horribly.
Yeah.
You said it's number 17?
It's at number 17, yeah.
I'm good with it right there.
I think it should be lower.
I
Anyway, okay, so moving on, number 16. I actually kind of liked the show when it first aired. Masters of Horror. Now, this was an anthology show where every episode it was kind of, Twilight Zone, where every episode was a different story, but they would get a famous horror film director or team
episode.
Each episode.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I kind of liked it. I followed it a little bit when it started.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it's meh. This was one of my favorite of all time. Number 15, Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yes.
That was an awesome show. I love
yeah.
it.
That should be higher almost.
What's that?
I think that should be higher.
Yeah, I feel like it should be higher too.
Yeah.
Okay, number 14 is A Haunting, which I don't know if this is that well known to be as high as it is, but
I don't think so either.
Have you heard of the show?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, who said no? Who said yeah?
No.
No. Okay.
Said, yeah, I've heard of it. But...
The show is about it's kind of a docu-drama style show where they would interview people's accounts of their close encounter with a haunting or hauntings, whatever, and then they would kind of reenact it, sort of like Unsolved Mystery style. And it was interesting. I used to like stuff like that. Let's see, number 13. Oh, this is a really good show. I think it's perfect right where it is. Number 13, Penny Dreadful.
I still need to watch it because you give it.
I've not watched it yet. Yeah.
It's so good. You guys have to watch it. Marcus, you're not going to watch it because of the scary factor, but it's Monroe. You should check it out.
You don't know me.
Let me see this one. Number 12, Night Gallery, which I've never heard of this show, but it aired from 1969 to 1973.
Yeah.
And let's see. I don't really know what this show was about.
Never heard of it.
Oh, Steven Spielberg made his directorial debut in the pilot episode of this show, so that's interesting. Okay, number 11, I've never heard of this one either, but it was Lars von Trier's The Kingdom, aired from 1994 to 1997. And let me see, I'm going to read this blurb real fast here. Before he kicked off an art house revolution with his incorrigible outbursts at press conferences, made him cinema's greatest troll. Danish director Lars von Trier made a TV show with a simple goal: creep people out to the nth degree. The two 4-episode series he made for Danish TV. He had planned a third, but he abandoned it because too many key cast members kept dying. Oh, God, that's weird.
Damn.
Chronicle the lives and afterlives of doctors and patients at a nightmarish Copenhagen hospital. Its storyline stitched ghosts, body horror, and all-around avant-garde oddness together into one of the medium's most unique hybrids. That's bizarre to me. Okay, moving on. Number 10, Supernatural. I feel like that should be lower. I feel like that should be lower. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean, lower, not higher. It's not necessarily scary. It's more funny and entertaining scary.
It also can get like super heavy and suspenseful, but I wouldn't go as far as calling it like scary.
Yeah.
Top 10. But I mean, it's a horror show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is another show that, you know, after Buffy was a big success, like a lot of these other shows were trying to come out to kind of follow that, to capitalize off that, and Supernatural was one of them. And I'm not calling it was a bad show. I started watching it way back in the day, and I thought it was good, but I feel like a top 10 horror show? I don't think so.
It should be lower.
Yeah. Okay, number 9. God, I love this show. The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Right where it is. What I love about The Walking Dead is that it gave real human drama to something ridiculous as zombies. So, but they made
to the top 10. I need to kind of hear the rest of them before I decide what I like and where. So
okay.
I definitely give that a top 10 though.
All right, number 8, American Horror Story. Woo! Number 7, also very good series, Black Mirror.
Yes.
And I missed. Apparently, they had a Christmas episode, and I missed it.
Oh no.
Black Mirror is not necessarily scary though. It's more. It was like I said. I call it the modern day Twilight Zone. And Twilight Zone wasn't scary. It was more like creepy. Like makes you think about stuff. You know, it's like God. Now I'm thinking about my life. Type creepiness.
Right, and it was meant to be more of like an intense science fiction thing than you know, horror show. But I could see some stuff was pretty intense, like that whole. You remember the one where they kept erasing that woman's memory, and they kept trying to take it to the town, and everybody was like filming them. You know,
that was scary. That one was like.
That was a creepy episode. That was intense. And number 6, this isn't a horror show. This is more of a drama, I think, is True Detective.
Horror?
I don't know why they put this under horror, but...
If that was going to be in the top 10, I would make it number 10.
See, I think what we're doing is, like, we're trying to think of these things as, like, monster movies or things that pop out at you type of scary, but, like, I don't like True Detective, but I started watching the first and the second season. I kind of get it. It's a scary, like, it's gory.
Yeah, well, it deals with murder, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I dropped out of the second season because it just wasn't. Nothing was happening. It was like there was nothing happening. I mean, the first season was great, and you're right. Like I think we're trying to think of this as this linear, classic horror stuff. But I guess this is a variation of horror. Number 5. I feel like this should be higher because it's my favorite show of all time.
Buffy.
It definitely deserves a top 10.
Definitely deserves a top 10, yeah.
I agree.
Number 4, The X-Files. Well placed.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I like The X-Files. Hannibal is number... Okay, well, Hannibal's number 3, sorry. But...
No.
And
like, wait,
horror factor and scary factor, it's good, but I don't think it should be number 3.
I think it should be like number 11.
I thought it just needed to be more dark. It needed more scary. It's like, it was gross. He was eating organs, but the food looked good. The murders were creative and beautiful, but they weren't like, there's their tongue.
That's their brain, or that's their tongue. Which I get, that was the point. I understand this show. I really liked Hannibal, but I don't know for number 3. I'm not really sure.
I thought it was kind of wussy for like being about Hannibal. fucked her. Like I just thought it
Yeah.
deserved a little more, maybe.
I don't know. But I think the show was really well done. But
Yeah.
well, anyway. All right, number 2, The Twilight Zone. Yes. It's classic. They've got some amazing like plot twists and
I need to hear what number 1 is first because Twilight Zone was my favorite show.
number 1, I don't know if this is agreeable. It definitely deserves to be up there, but Twin Peaks. Not at number 1. It deserves to be on the list, but it does not deserve to be number 1.
If it was up to me, it would be Twilight Zone number 1, and then fall in line with American Horror Story, Walking Dead, and Outer Limits, and Tales from the Crypt to round out my top 5.
They omitted The Strain, which is weird to me because The Strain is a really good scary movie. But
that would have been a good one.
This just came out October 26, 2015. So The Strain should be on there.
I agree.
So,
that would have made top 5 for me.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, this is just one person's opinion, but whatever.
I don't agree with
whatever, Sean T. Collins of Rolling Stone magazine, whatever.
You need to next time there needs to be a group panel on this.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I agree. So one horror show that I am looking forward to, and it premieres tomorrow on Halloween night, is Ash versus the Evil Dead. Woo!
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
What does it premiere on?
Stars.
Okay.
So, how the hell?
What is it?
Because I ain't got nobody stars, so.
Guess we'll be waiting.
I guess so.
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, this list was kind of. I kind of agreed with maybe half of these.
Yeah,
I would agree too.
Yeah. What are you guys' favorite horror shows of all time?
Twilight Zone.
Yours is Twilight Zone. Monroe, what about yours?
I don't know.
Your favorites, top favorites.
Top favorites: Buffy, The Strain.
Good answers.
American Horror Story.
Okay.
Top.
I think mine are definitely. I don't know. There's a lot, but definitely love Buffy. I'm surprised Angel wasn't on here because they had some creepy episodes on there too. I mean, it was a horror show too. Twilight Zone is great. Twilight Zone is awesome. Alfred Hitchcock.
Tales from the Crypt too.
Yeah. Oh, Tales from the Crypt. Yeah. And The Walking Dead. I mean, there's a lot of good horror shows.
They got a lot of stuff right, but they got some stuff wrong.
Yeah, I agree. All right, should we move on to the news?
Yes, I've got some. Monroe, do you have some too?
No, but I have a fun fact.
Woo.
What?
Okay. No,
What's
you
the fun fact?
I'm getting some, so I didn't want to get duplicate. My fun fact has to do with Disney and the Haunted Mansion, so I thought it was appropriate. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, not only is because it's Halloween, but I just learned this. So when you're in the Haunted Mansion, okay, and there's like the magic 8-ball, and there's the lady head.
Yeah.
Her name is Madame Leota.
Uh-huh.
And her face, the body, her face, was a girl who was an Imagineer. Her name was Leota Toombs Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
She was voiced by the woman who did Maleficent. And her name is Eleanor Audley. And the Leota Toombs Thomas, her daughter, was also an Imagineer who designed the pet cemetery for the Haunted Mansion.
Wow.
Full circle.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's it. That's my fun fact.
Nice.
Duly noted. I like that fun fact. That happened to Disneyland, by the way.
Yeah. Oh,
All right, moving on. I'm stopping right there because I am super messy. That is uncalled for. All right, news. Let's start off. It's been 22 years since Hocus Pocus debuted. And fun fact, there's an article in Us Weekly. They were talking about the top things that they took from Hocus Pocus. But they said that originally Hocus Pocus was a flop. It was not popular, and did nobody go and watch it. But for some reason, it became like a cult Halloween classic. I don't know how, when, where, or why.
How was it in the video sales? Like at home video?
No, like it didn't do well at all. Like it was in movie theaters and it flopped, and then like video sales it flopped. But somewhere around the 80s, early 90s, it started picking up. I guess.
Hold on, it's not that old. Hold on a second.
No, it was in
20 years old.
1993.
Huh?
1993 is when it came
Yeah,
out.
so somewhere in the late 90s.
Long ago. Okay. Yeah, because I would still. Okay. Yeah.
I was one.
Shut up, Monroe.
Somewhere in the late 90s, like it picked up and like kind of took off, and now it's like this cult classic that everybody watches every Halloween. So that's pretty cool. But Us Weekly's got the article, and it's interviewing the cast, and obviously there's been talk about there being a sequel, but it's still kind of up in the air.
So like like a rumor or whatever. I got some trivia about Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
So during a February 10th, 2008 interview on the BBC show Breakfast, Bette Midler stated that out of all of her films, Hocus Pocus was her favorite.
Yeah.
Aww.
Let's see. The script was written as a Disney Channel original movie. However, it caught the eyes of a few bigger studio heads at Disney, and they thought that it was strong enough to carry a good theatrical performance.
Mm-hmm.
I disagreed.
No, I agree too. I loved it. Still love it.
I think it's hilarious how many times they say virgin.
Right.
Virgin over here.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? They released it in the summer, though. I wonder if that's why it flopped, because it would have made a great Halloween movie.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, why did they release it in the summer? That's bizarre.
That is kind of weird.
Um,
All of the cast members said that they would be on board for a sequel, though, like the witches.
even Bette Midler?
Yeah. Bette Midler was the one leading the charge. She was like, hell yeah, I would do a sequel.
Hey.
Kathy and Jimmy was like, count me in, and Sarah Jessica Parker was like, I'll do it. So they were all totally on board. Okay, let's see. What else? Another thing in the spirit of Halloween. Have y'all seen the show Baby Daddy on ABC Family?
No.
I don't think so, no.
Well, one of the lead characters, the Taj Mari, who's like the brother of Tia and Tamara Mari, the twins.
Yeah.
He's on the show as well, and he was having a Halloween party, and the main guy in Baby Daddy, they're both on the show Baby Daddy, but the main guy, he went to the Halloween party dressed as an alpaca, and his costume caught on fire, and so they had to rush him to the hospital. He got like burns on his legs and his arms and stuff.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
was pretty crazy. He's doing fine, but his costume caught on fire, and they cut that party short. So that sucked. Guardians of the Galaxy news. This is from Entertainment Weekly. Whoops. A new girl has been added to the cast. Her name is a very interesting name. What is her name?
Galaxy
It's
2.
like Palm Clementif.
Wow.
Is her name.
Who is she going to be?
They don't know. It's an unspecified role. I've seen her.
Yeah,
in something-
Palm Clementieff or something. Yeah, Palm.
Yeah, Clementif or something like that. I'm looking at this picture, and she looks badass. She kind of looks like a mix between Korean and Chinese and something like that. But probably going to be somebody who's badass. So that'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. ABC News, or ABC, we talked about this last week. ABC gave a full season to the Muppets finally. So,
Hey.
Oh, that's good.
yeah, it
Good.
wasn't clear if they were going to get a full season or not, but they got 16 episodes, and so now they got the full season green light.
Okay.
Oh, Palm Clement, whatever her name is that you just mentioned from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
She's going to play Mantis.
Oh, okay.
Whoever that is, I don't
I
know.
don't know who that is.
Her costume looks cool.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. And finally, the other last piece, actually two more things. B.D. Wong, we all know him from Law and Order and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Been cast in Gotham, the series, to play, what's his name? Hold on. Dang it, I lose all of this stuff.
Is he evil?
Yeah, he's playing a villain.
Villain? Oh.
Just remember how good he was in the first Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
God.
He's supposed to play Dr. Hugo Strange in
Oh.
the series. And he's a villain. I guess he's a big villain. But
Yeah.
he's been cast as that in that role, so that'll be pretty interesting.
Okay. Okay.
And then finally, if you haven't had a chance to, Definitely take a look at all of the people in their costumes on GMA and the Today Show. And, you know, Kelly and Michael do their whole Halloween special every year, and apparently it was supposed to be really good this year. So,
Good.
Got some other bits of news here. For TV news, AMC renewed The Walking Dead for a 7th season. As I said before, the show is doing better than ever. Ever since they got their showrunner back on it, that was Frank Darabont, I think is his last name. So I don't think they have any plans to cancel the show anytime soon. Moving on, Adele, she books a concert that's going to be aired on NBC for a one-night show in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure when that's going to set to air, but it's going to be a concert special since she's, I guess her album just got released, or she just released a single.
She released a single. Her album's out November 20th, and she'll be on the Today Show on November 25th.
Okay, yeah. God, this is like a huge deal. People are going crazy over this.
Well, her album, like her song, is breaking all types of records.
Yeah, ridiculous. Let me see. They are doing a Sleepy Hollow and Bones crossover, or it looks like they already did.
Yeah,
they already did it, and it boosted their ratings by 20%. And it's really weird because they're both very different shows. I don't know how they worked out the crossover.
Well, the girl on the Sleepy Hollow show is a detective.
What's that?
The girl on the Sleepy Hollow show, the black lady, she's a detective, and obviously on Bones.
Okay. So she was on Bones as a detective. Is that what happened?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Lay in the ground.
And then let me see what else is there. I think that's about it I have for TV. Let me see. For movies, the box office report, Spectre could trigger $80 million in U.S. debut, so that's going to be crazy. Fun fact, they shot a lot of that in Mexico City. Let me see.
Holograms, major flop.
Yup.
Carrie Fisher gave some advice to Daisy Ridley about Star Wars and basically telling her, don't let them put you in a slave bikini costume.
Oh my God. Whatever, Carrie Fisher. Appreciate.
You hating on Carrie Fisher. Let her speak her mind.
Dude, she's spoken her mind so much. You can't talk shit about a franchise that made you famous.
Right, exactly. Because somebody else was talking shit. Somebody who was in the prequel trilogy. Somebody was talking a lot of shit. I think it was what's his name? What's his name? Last name? Hera Finkelwitz. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was one of the pilots. He's the one who said, "Oh, what a bunch of a-holes."
Oh, I don't know.
What about
Serafinowicz. Anyway, apparently he was in Star Wars and he talked a bunch of shit about Star Wars, so that's not cool. That's a big deal to be in Star Wars, whether it's bad or not. That's a big deal. You shouldn't be talking shit about that.
I mean, also, those problems helped launch Carrie Fisher's career. She wrote Postcards from the Edge, which was made into a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
All your Star Wars facts.
Oh, my kitty's meowing.
Well, that's all I have. Do you guys have anything else?
I think that's all I have.
No remark.
Yeah.
Bernie wants to say hi.
Bernie!
Hello, Bernie.
Hi, cat Bernie.
Nice to see you.
Oh, so cute.
All right, no, I think that's it for everything. So I just wanted to say happy Halloween, and if you guys aren't doing anything, then watch some scary shit. Some scary shit.
What are we binge watching this weekend? Halloween weekend.
Let's see. What do I have to catch up on? I don't know.
A lot.
I have some comedies to catch up on. I want to watch a few episodes of The Muppets and Modern Family. And there's some shows that I want to start watching that look really good, like The Bastard Executioner on AMC. So we'll see.
Oh, I want to start watching. iZombie. I already started. I recommend it. I suggest you look past the name because it's a comic book.
Okay.
But it's a really good show. The first season's on Netflix. Second season's on Hulu. Still going. Really good. Also, I found this show. It's on HBO, but it's on Amazon Prime called Family Tree. with Chris O'Dowd, and it's a comedy directed by Christopher Guest, and it's pretty funny.
Okay, nice.
Watch that too. That's really good. That's what I'll be watching, binge watching.
I'm going to finish up Being Mary Jane. I'm in the second season of that. That's pretty interesting. Monroe may have talked me into a Sex in the City marathon. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to get Amazon Prime. If I do end up getting the free trial Amazon Prime, then I'm going to get caught up on Transparent as well, and Catastrophe. And I may try to do some catching up on this CBS show. It's sort of like Modern Family, but it's got like 3 short stories in a longer. Life in Pieces, yeah, it's a really good show.
It
really
is.
Good. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to.
My friend Sophia is in the first episode. Sophia Gonzalez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's the Mexican waitress.
Oh, nice. Nice. So I'm gonna give Life in Pieces a try too. So that's what I've got a lot of homework.
Yeah, we got a lot of homework too. Also, I'm looking forward to Jessica Jones. I was just looking that up, though. It's not going to premiere until November 20th. But I guess the Daredevil, the actor who played Daredevil, he's going to play a pivotal role on Jessica Jones. And
It's really dark.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to check it out.
Monroe, did you end up watching the trailer?
I did, and I'm not crazy about like comic book things, but I actually want to watch that. Like, it looks good.
She's only watching it because she's a big Kristen Ritter fan.
Yeah.
Calling your bluff.
Yeah, that too. Doesn't help.
Also, X-Files premieres in January. So
yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we got some good shows coming up.
Yes, we do.
Cool beans.
So are we done?
That's
Yeah.
it.
All right. So signing off. We are the Couch Lords. Where we.
Wait.
Oh,
Every
time. What's going on?
Where can they find us?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
I always forget.
Every time I always forget something. So if you want to listen to us, you can listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, pretty much every podcast app there is. And you can tweet us at CouchLords. You can email us, couchlords@gmail.com. Let us know if there's something that you're watching that we're not watching, or if there's something we're watching that you're not watching, whatever.
We also have a Facebook page at CouchLords, and you can watch us on the Google Hangouts on our new YouTube page, which still doesn't have a picture.
That's right.
No.
So,
Put a face to a voice.
boom, boom, bam.
All right. Can I sign off now?
Go for it. You have my permission now.
All right. So we are the Couch Lords, where we sit.
We watch.
And we conquer.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Bernie.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast.